I'm Carl Piester. For more than 3 decades, I've coached senior leaders who work under constant pressure, balancing impossible demands with limited time. And here's what I've learned. The most successful people aren't the smartest or the most talented. They're the most consistent. Success is a set of habits repeated with purpose. Let me say that again. Success is a set of habits repeated with purpose. Author James Clear said it best. We do not rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our systems. That's not just true in sports or productivity, it's true in leadership. Your systems are your habits. They determine how you think, decide, and show up every single day. So let's talk about 5 daily habits that build real, lasting success. The most successful leaders I know don't start their day in chaos. They start in stillness. Before the world demands anything, they pause. They breathe. They think. They remember what matters. This sounds a bit strange in the busy, chaotic world that leaders deal with today. However, the Harvard Project on Negotiation labels it System 1 and System 2 thinking. System 1 thinking is automatic, reactive, and quick. There's nothing wrong with that in many situations. However, the real needle-moving thought comes from System 2 thinking. This is where the brain is trained to slow down. This is where the slower, more conscious thoughts are developed. This is where emotional and logic are brought to the table and proper decisions are made. You can't do this on the fly. Just as you take time to hit the gym to stay in shape, you need to have time where the brain can slow down and do the training it needs. A calm mind makes better decisions. Stillness sharpens clarity. Let's go to number 2. If the first thing you do is open your inbox, you've already surrendered your priorities to someone else's. Instead, write one simple line. If I accomplish this today, it will have been a successful day. So we're calming the mind and we're making one specific goal. That one line protects your focus because without definition, and get this, without definition, urgency will always overpower importance. Without definition, urgency will always overpower importance. Goals are direction, systems are traction, and this small daily definition is part of your system. So we calm down, we focus, and now we know that good leaders do the hard things first. Every day has one task that matters most, and it's usually the one you least want to do. Think about it. You know it's important, but boy, can you put a ton of things in front of that on your list just because you want to avoid it. High performers don't wait to feel ready. They start. Discipline isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right thing, especially when it's uncomfortable. Let's say that again. Discipline and thus success isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right thing, especially when it's uncomfortable. Once you've tackled that first big challenge and maybe just made a couple of moves on it, you don't have to solve it, but you've tackled it. Everything else feels lighter. That's how you build momentum that lasts beyond motivation. Let's go to number 4 now. Good leaders reflect without excuse. At the end of the day, successful people reflect without excuse. They ask 3 simple questions. What worked? What didn't work? And what did I learn from both my successes and my failures? And let's just go into that for a second. Leaders don't play around with the word failures. They don't let it intimidate them. Something didn't go right. They didn't get what they wanted. That didn't result what they thought it would result in. But they don't blame or justify. They observe. And they use that learning to adjust for tomorrow. That's what systems do. They build a feedback loop, an improvement built into the rhythm of your day. That's how small, steady progress compounds into mastery. And now the last. They stay curious. The final habit is curiosity keeps, and get this, curiosity keeps intelligence from turning into arrogance. Let's say it again. Curiosity keeps intelligence from turning into arrogance. The most successful leaders I know are constant learners. They read, they ask questions, they seek feedback, not because they're insecure, but because they know growth is oxygen. Oh, that is such a great phrase. They do it because they know growth is oxygen. Just as your body, you can only hold your breath for so long, and you can only stay stagnant without growth for so long, and you start to decline. I don't think there's such a thing as status quo. You're either growing or you're diminishing. Curiosity keeps your systems alive. It prevents you from running outdated software, the mental software that runs everything you do. So some final thoughts. If you want success that lasts, stop chasing and start building systems. So stillness, focus, courage, reflection, curiosity. Stillness, focus, courage, reflection, and curiosity. Those 5 habits don't just make you more productive. They make you more grounded, resilient, and effective. Remember, you won't rise to the level of your goals. You'll fall to the level of your systems. So build systems that reflect the leader you want to become. Now, if our message today has resonated with you at all, hit subscribe. I share practical insights often on this YouTube channel to help leaders think differently about who they are and what they create. And if you're ready to take it to the next level, visit our website, coachinggroupinc.com, to explore our online courses and resources, all built to help you build the habits that strengthen, clarify, give you courage, and purpose in your leadership. Until then, keep practicing the right habits, because leadership isn't what you know, it's what you do every day. Thanks for being with us today.